we were talking about the disposition that Democrats should be taking, and we should broadly also talk about what kind of strategies they could use here. I mean, obstruction would be the one I imagine we're going to all want. The question is, how do they do this without controlling a single lever of the federal government, and what should their disposition be broadly, Pap?
Yeah, okay. So I heard Obama give a speech, saying let's all unify and let's all get along. And as I listened, I realized that Trump is going to do just the opposite. Trump has control of everything now. He's not going to dally around like Obama did for 2 years when Obama was let's reach across the aisle nonsense with people that would gladly have kicked him out the highest window of the White House. Those were the people he wanted to just get along with. They wanted to conciliatory, let's move in. We're not going to see that with Trump. Trump, it will take control immediately. There won't be any reaching across the aisle. There won't be kumbaya, can't we just get along? He's going to appoint 109 federal judges as quickly as he can. He's going to put into place his issues, some of them positive, most of them negative. You're going to see it immediately. He's going to search and destroy the people who got in his way. So we're looking at two different, totally different approaches to politics. The worst thing Democrats can do is say, "Oh, gee, we got to get along." That was Harry Reid's problem, and not just Harry Reid's, it's Pelosi's problem also. When they should not have done that, they should have objected. They should have raised the discussion to where progressives and even moderate Democrats would say, this is wrong. This is wrong, and we can't allow it to happen. But they have to give these people a voice. Leadership gives a voice to these people who are angry about what's happened.
Bobby, I mean, your sense of this? I mean, Democrats have, there has been, Democrats seem to lag in their understanding of just how ruthless the Republicans will be. Whenever a Democrat's elected, it's a question of a mandate. The Republicans don't seem to need a mandate. I mean, this whole thing of a mandate, it doesn't even seem to exist to me. It's either you take the power or you don't.
Right.
Bobby,
I'm just praying that they'll do everything they can to block these judges.
Yeah, me too.
That's a generation. Those guys are on the bench for 30 or 40 years, and they changed the law and they changed the whole character of our country. And particularly on my issue, on environmental issues, we're at a critical point in history, and the world really needs America's leadership. And we've been waiting because the carbon regulation has been sitting in front of a 4-4 Supreme Court, so we've been waiting for that last appointment. Now that appointment's going to occur, and it's likely to occur in a bad way that says that, where they come down with a decision which says that the federal government does not have the authority to regulate carbon.
Are you a little bit concerned, Bobby, Sam, about the idea that we're never really going to have a unified Democratic, even filibuster attempt? Because look, you've got Manchin out of West Virginia. The guy, may as well be a Republican.
He announced on Election Day that assuming that the Senate was 50-50, that he would consider becoming a Republican.
There you go. I didn't even know that, but that's the example of what I'm talking about. You've got Schumer, who, where it comes to Wall Street, he would give his Rolex watch to Wall Street every time he possibly could. The guy's just completely enamored with Wall Street. That's where that's where his loyalty is. But you've got at least 5 or 6 very important senators that you can't really trust. You can't really say that they're going to side up with the Democrats. So I think it's difficult to pull off what you have to pull off, and that is to not necessarily be obstructionist, but to certainly slow things down just a tad. I don't see it happening. I don't think they have the ability. I don't think they have the mindset, and I don't believe they've got the following to do that. And that's a very scary proposition to me.
Well, I think, the existence of the filibuster is really going to be at the will of Mitch McConnell.
Mm-hmm.
If Mitch McConnell finds it advantageous to allow, let's say, the Democrats to filibuster a bill that would totally destroy the Affordable Care Act because he wants to run against the Democrats for filibustering a bill that would destroy the Affordable Care Act in 2018. He'll do that if it comes down to appointing a Supreme Court judge. I think the idea that they won't get rid of the filibuster is fanciful. I think it'll be
they'll
gone.
get rid of the filibuster.
And I think the
Scary thing
filibuster
about the
is,
judges, as Pat knows, the Federalist Society already has a pipeline of these guys, and they select them for their hardcore, intractable, impermeable right-wing ideology, and also for their youth. So they deliberately put people on who they think are going to be able to continue to steer the country for 40 or even 50 years.
Right.
Bobby,
And
do you think
they
these-
already have these people vetted, fully vetted. Just
Oh, sure.
waiting in line.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure,
yeah,
and we know that
We don't
Donald
have
Trump has
anything like
waved the
that.
list
We don't-
around.
We don't
He's
have
waved the. No, we have nothing like that, and he's waved the list around. I mean, he's already gotten it from the Heritage Foundation,
Chamber of Commerce,
and the Chamber. I mean, he's got the list.
Associated Industries.
What are the chances that you guys think that Obama somehow figures out how to put Garland on there as a recess appointment during the switchover between the Senate?
Look, one thing you can count on Obama, he will never do anything like that. That is part of what he's going to be left with in his legacy. And that is, we're all for compromise. We all want to get along. Kumbaya, kumbaya. But you're not playing with normal people here. And he never seemed to understand that in 8 years as president. And I think it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse before it gets better.